Hello, and welcome back to Satisfactory Outpost in the Desert. We're still in the transit depot, and we're going to continue setting up our train stations. Right above me is the station we set up in the episode uh, prior to this. That is the third floor. That's the outgoing floor. We're going to set up a station directly under that now on the incoming floor. I think I'll call this floor the receiving floor, and the floor above will be the shipping floor. So, train station first. Just line it up with the rail. Make sure it's oriented the right way. The sign should be in front. And now we need 3 empty platforms for our 3 train engines, locomotives, and 8 freight platforms. Okay. Let's power this up. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably just run the power along the wall. I think that makes them the most sense. Let's see. Yeah, that does make the most sense. Let's do it down on the ground floor. That way we don't have to use power poles at all, really. We can just do something like this. Okay. Oh, well. Let's see if that's near enough to stretch. Good. I'm gonna take it all the way to the outgoing side here. I could probably be using the single nubs, I guess, like the indoor only nubs. Probably should be. Save some quick wire. Let's see where the center of this platform is. Okay. Right here, these two. So now we will use a double-sided. Okay. It's right in the center. Perfect. Okay, back up to the next floor. The receiving floor. Double-sided here. Oh, how is this going to work with, oh, it's fine. We can remove these. Actually, I want to extend this out a little bit first, and then remove them. Okay. Now let's try to find, there we go, the nub. We just bring it right up. No clipping. Excellent. Back to the single-headed power attachment. Let me just put this right in the center of where these will be. I think this is it right here. Too long. I was hoping that would work. Okay, so we'll use one power pole in the center. This is the center. It doesn't look like it's the center, but it is because the freight platforms are so long. Alright. Our station is powered. And we'll call this receiving A. For now. Later I may change this to have a name that reflects the components that are carried. We'll see. Okay, power's still good. And let's put our train down. No. Move the beacons from my hand. One, two, three, 4 locomotives. And 8 freight cars. Okay. So the first outpost we're connecting to the storage depot is going to be the iron outpost. And that's because our next high priority objectives here are automating the production of heavy modular frames, heavy frames, and computers. Heavy modular frames, okay. That was going crazy. We need both of those components to continue expanding our rail network. You know, you need a lot of heavy frames for freight platforms and empty platforms, and computers for train stations and the locomotives. And they're not automated. And our supply from our hard drive trip, just like picking them off the ground near the drop pods, that's been exhausted. And we don't want to need to, handcraft. They're a pain to handcraft. We need to get them automated. So the first step is getting the modular frames from the outpost to the storage hub. Okay, well, sucked into the tube there. This is not centered, that's not great. Let's fix that now. Okay, that one's centered, it's just the lower floor is not centered. I added a hypertube here from the ground floor directly to the roof. A little express elevator. Vertical mode. There we go. And an entrance, and power it up. No, let's power it up on the outside so that the cable does not clip through the wall. Okay. Okay, here's the roof. I've got a smaller train station set up here. No, I've never done this before. Where I've never tried this. Well, we're gonna try it right now. See, I only have 4 freight stations instead of the 8. It's because we only have 4 products that we're transporting from the outpost to the storage hub. Iron plates, iron rods, reinforced iron plates, and the modular frames. So I'm going to see if we can put them in these. Obviously, this will have to be the first 4 cars, and then hopefully you don't actually need empty platforms for any unused later cars. I mean, I feel like that should work, but we'll see. We can always add empty platforms, 4 empty platforms if we have to, but I think this should work. Let's rename our station here from Sertogenbosch to Iron Outpost. And let's check our freight platforms. Okay, so by default they load. We'll need to change the platforms in the storage hub to unload. And now we're just going to hook these conveyor belts from the floor below. Man, aren't these glass floors nice? We're going to hook the conveyor belts from the floor below up to the freight station. Is there a way to do this that looks... I guess what I should have done is try to align these with the wall. Is it too late to do that? I don't think it's too late to do that. Let's take the time and do it right. It won't take very much time. Okay. So we can't align it completely because Each freight platform is 2 foundations wide, and these are all right next to each other. So let's start in the center here. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is where our first freight platform will need to start. Then we'll have empty platform, empty platform, empty platform, train station. Okay, so we're only moving at 2 platforms. That's fine. And I've got the rail right in the center. Okay. Three empty platforms, 4 freight platforms. Okay, yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. We're going to use Mark IV belts. There's an autosave. And we'll connect it to the input, the upper input, so we can run under the belt easily. Okay. What happened there? Okay. I saw resources flying away. I'm not sure where they were flying to. Input. Input. Let's make sure that we've actually got resources on this belt. Okay, we're good. Okay. Almost out of fuel for my jetpack there. Now, we need to finish setting up the track. I've started, but I haven't finished. So, the train will leave the iron outpost. On this rail. And I'm supporting the rail with the foundation pillars. I think they look great. It kind of took, it took a few minutes to figure out how to do that in the best way, but I've got a system worked out that I'll show on the next section of rail. This is the transit hub. Now the 3rd floor is for outgoing, but this is going down to the 2nd floor, the receiving floor. So we'll just hook this rail up. I should try. There we go. And now the train from the iron outpost can connect with the receiving floor. running back to the iron outpost to finish the track that will take the train from the transit hub back to the iron outpost. Now we're only using the first 4 cars of an 8-car train, so I'm thinking that there are 2 ways we could do this, right? We could have the train go from the iron outpost, pick up these 4, or fill the first 4 freight cars, and then go from the iron outpost to a second outpost to fill the final 4, and then to the transit hub. But I think instead we're going to go from the iron outpost to the station hub, and then from the station hub it could go to a to another outpost to fill up, you know, like the next 4 cars, the final 4 cars, the last 4 cars, the trailing 4 cars, whatever, and then back to the station hub. And we'll just merge those lines together. But for now, just to get us started, we're going to go, you know, just a simple loop, iron outpost to the station hub, and repeat. I wanted the first rail to be at this upper height. Like, I'm pretty sure right now the iron outpost is the tallest outpost except for the transit hub. And so I put all of these rails at the height of the iron outpost station, so that there would be no conflict with rails coming from other stations. Okay, so if you want to lay rails and use these foundational pillars, here's the best way to do it, that I found. We're going to use our platforms, and we're going to count out, man, I've forgotten, I'm pretty sure it's 12. So this is, the platform that I'm standing on will be the first one. I don't know why, sometimes you get a little clearance error. It's not important. But so this would be the second one, where we've got the clearance issue. Then the third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the 12th platform. That's where you're going to put your pillar top. That's the maximum distance you can go by rail. Let's remove these. We'll grab our rail. And I'm just connecting them from the center of that pillar to the center of this pillar. You can see the line there. And then we keep going. We've got the clearance here again. Maybe I should put the foundation down in advance. See, this clearance here, it's definitely a bug. I'm not sure what's causing it. It's something to do with the rail. It's not a big issue, it's just an annoyance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pillar top, where the 12th foundation would be. Well, let's try just extending this a little bit farther. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pillar top. Let's go back and lay these rails. Let's see, too far, too far. There we go. Did I miscount? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, there's definitely a weird issue here. See, I'm in the dismantle mode, and it's not even letting me select that foundation. And it's like blocking me. It's like the rail actually extends to this point. I hope that's fixed in a patch this week. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yep, I miscounted. That's dumb of me. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then after you have all these rails laid, you can go back and remove the platforms between the pillars, and then add, the pillars and the pillar bottoms to each of the supports. And I think it looks really good, the pillars supporting the rail. And it's just a totally cosmetic thing they added, but it makes a huge difference, I think, in the way that this looks. To have them supported by these pillars rather than by like a trail of platforms. It's much more like a monorail. Okay, now to connect this branch of rail with the output from the receiving level of the factory. Let's see. This is probably too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely too far. Yeah. So it's the issue is this rail is too far to connect to the factory from here, so we need to get a little bit closer. Let's say 6, but we don't want to get too close because then the track will be too steep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put our pillar top here. Centered, yeah. That collision errors. I haven't noticed before. I think it's new. And now from here, maybe we can merge it. Still too long? Okay. So let's go a little farther out. 7, 8, 9. Let's try here. Because it was close, so... Come on, there we go. Center it. Don't want to fall off here. Too sharp a turn. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So you see that when I extended it, I put these sections in like the shortest amount possible. There are many sections instead of just, one long branch of rail. For this reason, so that I could have a little room to play with when they connect. Let's remove these for now, just the outer ones, and then I can clean up the rail sections between the pillars, between episodes. Alright. Let's leave that one, but remove these two. So you'll see that we're on the, the northern branch here, and the train station that we're using is the farthest south, but because of our line of crossings here, that shouldn't matter. Although it's completely untested, so, anything could happen. We'll find out together. The next step, let's switch all of these freight platforms to unload. Okay. Now we need to get, this is the part that I haven't quite figured out yet. We need to get the materials from the freight platforms to our storage containers, right? The issue is like this piece of rail right here, Like I didn't want to have any clipping, but I don't know how we can avoid it. Let's see how tall do I have the resources for a train? I do, good. So let's put a train here and just see how tall it is. Is 3 high enough, or will 3? I think 3 is going to clip. Where did I put that? Okay. Oh. Yep, it's clipping. Okay, so we have to be 4 poles off the ground. Yikes. Okay. So we're going to need to come from both ends if we want to avoid clipping. I mean, coming from the east side and also coming from the west side with our resources. We've got 8 cars to fill on each side. There'll be another line of freight platforms right here. Remove this. Maybe I can just put this train station down if I have the resources. I'm running really low. We'll see. Let's see what we need. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Frames. Computers. Oh, cable. pillars. Okay. Let's put it down. This will be receiving B. And the platforms face inward. The rails line up. Oh. This is actually... Do I have more room here than I thought? I do. That's nice. For some reason, it's crazy. I thought that I had to have everything on this center row foundations, but looks like I've got a little more room to play with, and that's good. Although that did work out pretty nice on one side. Very nice, actually. I kind of liked it. Maybe we'll just keep it, but give ourselves some room down the middle. So, is this lined up? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's an extra spot here. So I would need these right here. Okay. Huh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is going to go up 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't clip the ceiling, but it's like as close as you can get. Where are we at? Okay. And then here, 8. Okay. Let me go back down to 4, like over here. That's fine. I do want to make sure that this distance is not too steep. Perfect. Okay. Now this is unloading. So this will actually be going from here to here. It'll be going up. And then over. Let's do the lower belt too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look too terrible. How many spaces was that? Just 2 foundations? Okay. So that means we can go back down to 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Now, I think the way to do this was we'll have these first 4 storage containers will feed, or will collect from the first 4 on receiving B, and then the next 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 here will feed to the last 4 cars on receiving A. But the question is, yeah, I think we should flip them so that this one is facing the other way. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a storage container here, and then another, yeah, another up here. Well, let's think about that. We may actually need okay, well, that's not aligned. What we're trying to find here is a system that would allow us to collect. Maybe we only need 1 storage container? You know, I'd hope to have more than 1. Maybe we have 3. I mean, we've got room for 3, right? Let's just see if we can fit. Yeah, like you can fit 3 in there. We don't have to completely change our spacing. I mean, I like the idea of having more. This is supposed to be a storage depot, right? We need a lot of room for storage here. So this is the center. So the first one would be here, facing this way. And then this way, this way, this way. Oh, it's still... It's like... I guess we only need 2. Yeah, let's stick with 2. Well... it's just not working out like I wanted. Let me play with this just a little bit more. Okay. Maybe we can make it work like this. If we feed from the top first. Maybe that's what needs to change. I realize I'm not doing a great job of explaining my thought process right now. I apologize. Okay, let's look at this. So this would enter. Um, there's gotta be a way to do this. Yeah, I don't think there is. I think we'd have to go up. We would need 3 storage containers, and we can't fit 3 storage containers. It'll clip, right? I'm sure it'll clip. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's not going to happen. We're not going to increase the height of the ceiling again. So for now, we'll go with 1 storage container. It's not really what I wanted. But we could just do 3 on the ground. Like, that would definitely work. Let's do that. We'll do 3 on the same level. We don't need to stack them. That is the best option here. So this will be this and like this. Perfect. Okay. That took me too long to figure out. I apologize. I'm stupid. Okay. Now we need to consider the placement for these lines. Okay. Don't think that'll be, yeah, that should be fine. For these first 4. Yeah, we can definitely make that work. Two, 3, 4. Okay, we can actually go right here. Take these down. grab our Mark IV belts. Okay. Well, this is actually nice. It'll be a lot easier to set up than I thought. The spacing is just enough to tell, you know, where the distinction is between components, amount of pipes. That's enough for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the issue, I guess, is that only the first 4 cars are being filled from iron. So these aren't being used right now. Let's grab some more pipes. I think I've got some on this floor. Not a lot. Add a few. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Need to hurry. I want to get this train running before this episode ends. Okay, so these first 4 will be for the first 4 cars of receiving B, and these next 4 will be the first 4 for receiving A. Okay. That should do it. Let's just check our alignment here. Okay, on either side of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be the last of... So this will be the 4th car here. The 3rd car. And the 1st car. Logistics. Okay, this will feed here. Okay, nice, nice. And then we'll just hook these containers up to each other. Bum bum. Bum bum. Really need to just put this on my hotbar. We're pretty much beyond the stage of using Mark III belts. Okay, so now the products that are entering in this storage container we'll fill these two, and from the final storage container we can just, this is a slight issue, but it's workable. The final storage container will, we'll put the wall in this section, the center, will be lifted up to the shipping floor. Okay. And that should look like this. Wall. 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 Another autosave. Okay, nearly out of time. Okay. Now let's, oh no. Well, that's not great. We'll see that the train station takes up a little more room than the freight station. Can we make this work? Do I have enough? I think we do. Just to get these laid out here. These will be for receiving B. You know, if we need to, we can move the storage containers back. We've got like more than a full platform of room here, and we may need to. The issue is, you know, how close do we need to be? I think we need to. Yep. That's the only way that I can see to make it happen, because these belts here need to be able to, you know, we can put them as close as this. Right? Without any clipping. Let's make sure that's going in the right direction. Yep. Alright, well, we're out of time. We will pick this up immediately in the next episode. Get this train running and finish the preliminary work on our storage hub. So thanks for watching. We're like almost to the point where the the storage hub becomes functional. From here we're going to once the shipping and receiving portions of the storage hub are functional, we need to set up a platform for constructing heavy modular frames. That's the next big task, and it'll be a small platform, or a small outpost really, because as of right now, the only thing that's going to be produced there is the heavy modular frames. But you know, because heavy frames require components from so many outposts, you know, they need concrete, they need reinforced beams, they need pipes, they need modular frames. They really need their own outpost. So in the next episode, we'll finish setting up this train, and we'll start on our heavy frame outpost. Yeah. Please keep liking the videos, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys after the break.